In Shavasana, with laying back on your back. And I'm in a different space, so if you're having a hard time hearing me, then maybe just wave your hand so I can see you. But I'll try to speak up a little louder than I normally would. So on your back, maybe with just your hands on your belly, or maybe one hand on heart, one hand on belly. Having your feet be nice and wide and your knees dropping in. And just start to bring your attention inward and noticing your breath. Then begin to deepen your breath. Notice the sensation of the difference when you start breathing mindfully and deeply. Feeling your lungs expand as you inhale. And maybe your body sinking a little deeper on that exhale. Maybe as you inhale, you can feel the cool air on your nostrils. And as you exhale, feel the warm air exit your body. So mindfully putting any to-do lists or any happenings from the day outside of your mind right now. Maybe setting an intention just to be present for the next hour or however long. Couple more breaths here. Good, now let's extend the left leg long. We're gonna come into half happy baby. So we do happy baby at the end of class a lot. Hug that right knee in toward your chest, maybe grabbing the bottom of the foot and lifting it up, allowing the knee to drop in towards your armpit. So just kind of opening up the hip, maybe swaying gently, keeping that extended left leg active. Good, now extending the right leg and switching sides. Coming on to half happy baby on the left. Again, allowing that knee to drop in towards your armpit. Or you can always just grab the knee itself and kind of circle around. Keeping your head down. Good, now hugging both knees in and dropping the legs on over to the left side. So a gentle twist. We're just starting out, so don't go as deep as you can. Keep it gentle. Deep breath here. Exhale. One more inhale. Exhale, knees come up to center and over onto the right. So you can extend that left arm if you'd like. You can gaze to the left or just keeping your gaze up towards the sky. Good, deep breath here. Good, back to center. We're gonna grab behind the thighs. So a couple little rock and roll. So rolling up, engage your belly to keep control. Good, and then rolling all the way up to seated. Is volume okay? Everyone hear me? All right. Good. So sitting in our seated position, let's just do a couple neck rolls, right? Saying how all that yard work, you can get some tension or any stress or strain. So bring the chin to the chest first. Inhale, dropping the left ear towards left shoulder. Gently bringing the head back and over to the right. So maybe keeping your eyes closed. Again, focusing on the breath. Inhale as you come up. Exhale, back and around. Noticing any sensations in your neck. Any tension anywhere. Feel free to pause, bring a little bit more attention to those areas. Dropping the shoulders down and away from your ears. Good. Next time you reach center, reverse. Right of your right shoulder, up and back. Good. Next time you reach center, again, pausing here. Let's clasp the hands behind the head, not pulling on the neck, but just giving a little bit more of a stretch to the back of the neck. Good. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, arms down. Good. One more breath like that. Inhale. Exhale. Coming forward now onto all fours. I'm going to wade through a few cat and cow stretches, but taking any movement here, maybe some hip circles, anything that feels good to you, really drawing your attention inward, feeling any sensations in your body. Otherwise, we inhale, drop the belly, gazing up. Exhale, round the spine, tucking the tail, tucking the chin. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up, really spread through the chest, kind of pull your hands back. Exhale, round through that lower back, maybe bringing the weight a little more in your shins, so round through the lower back. Good. A few more. Good. Coming back to neutral now. We're going to extend the left leg and the right arm. So a little bit of a balance, but I want you to think of reaching out, extension here. So reaching as long as you can. I'll tell you one thing about doing yoga on a screen is that you can see your form a little better. Good, so we're going to crunch it in. Elbow towards knee, extend. Elbow towards knee, and extend. Good night. It's not how many you can do, it's how much control can you have. Really crunching in, using those abdominal muscles to help make contact with the elbow and the knee. Good, extend. Now, you can bend the knee, reach around, grab the foot, maybe. If not, just keep it each extended. Kick that foot into the arm to lift up, a little bit of a back bend here. Back bend twist. Good, deep breath in. Exhale. One more breath, inhale. Exhale, reaching out long again. Hand comes down, right hand comes down. We're gonna bring that right foot behind us and open the left arm up. So you can put that left foot down if you'd like. So it's a side plank with that right knee down. So really feel that extension, reach long as long as you can on that left side. Good deep breath here. Exhale, coming back down, drop that left knee, keep that left arm up. Switching sides. Right leg lifts, and we crunch it in. Extend. So you can bring the breath in here too. Inhale the extension, exhale, squeeze it in. Good, again, not as long, not how many you can do, but how slow and controlled you can be. Good. Extend long, stay here or reach for that foot. Maybe you try. You don't know if you can reach it unless you try. Kick into that foot, a little bit of a back bend here. Looking up, deep breath in. Exhale, left hand comes down. Kick that left foot out to open up on the right side. Hand can lift again, that right leg can stay lifted or come down to the ground. But reach along wherever you are, feeling a long stretch on that right side. Good, deep breath. Exhale back down through tabletop. Good, from here we're gonna curl the toes under. We're gonna spread the fingers nice and wide. Getting that suction cup feeling through the hands. And we inhale, lift the hips up into downward facing dog. So feel free to drop one heel then the other. Feeling some extension in the legs from the heel all the way up through the hip. Rolling those shoulders away from your ears. Again, bringing any movement you'd like. Deep breath. Exhale. Good, now slowly and mindfully walk those feet up to meet the hands. And we'll hang in a forward fold for a moment. So see if you can really release your spine into gravity. You can feel the vertebrae from pulling apart. Maybe gently shake the head yes or no. Maybe bend one knee and then the other. Good, now let's bend the knees, bring the hands onto the thighs and round through the spine. Articulate through each vertebrae until you come all the way up. Good, once you're there, inhale, arms lift. Exhale, arms down. Good, inhale, lift again. Exhale, arms come down. Good, inhale again. This time clasp the hands, release the pointer fingers, reach long, as tall as you can get. Then we're gonna side bend over to the right side. So make your body into a crescent shape. Your shoulders are down and away from your ears. Don't crunch the shoulders up. Shoulders are down and away. Now push your hips on over to the left. So try to get those arms in line with your ears, but shoulders are down and away. Good, deep breath. Bending just a little bit deeper. We're getting into some oblique work today. We're wringing out anything bad. Good, inhale, back up through center. Reach up first. Exhale on over to the left. Good, pushing hips on over to the right. Again, same cues on this side. Arms in line with the ears. The shoulders down and away. Good, deep breath. Good, last breath here. Inhale, reaching back up. Get as much extension as you can, reaching up. Exhale, let's swan dive forward. Open the arms, lead with the chest, fold forward. Sun salutation, planting your hands. We're going to step the feet back, coming into our plank. Real strong plank here. Push the mat away. Pausing here. Push the mat away. Engage your core. Good. Bend at the elbows. Chaturanga. Lower down. Hover or bring your belly all the way to the mat. Push into your hands. Upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. You can come through a tabletop. Curl your toes. Lift your hips up. Good. Couple breaths here. Breathing deeply. Nice long, slow breath. Good. Look forward, walking those feet forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way back up. So you can always round through the back for a nice straight spine, lifting up, hands at heart center. Good. One more sun salutation A. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, planting your hands, stepping those feet back. Again, strong plank here. Lowers you down through chaturanga. Dropping your knees if you need to. Again, belly can come all the way down or you hover. And then push it to your hands, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lots of modifications through that sun salutation. You take whatever you need in your practice today. Deep breath. Reconnecting with your breath in your downward dog. Good. Looking forward. Let's step those feet forward. Inhaling lots of length. So looking up. Nice deep bend to the back. And then exhale, fold over straight legs. Inhale, rising all the way back up. Exhale, hands at heart center. Good. Hopefully you're a little warmed up now. So big toes touching, heels slightly apart. We're going to lower down into a chair pose. Good. Sitting the hips as low as you can. Hands can stay at heart center or arms can lift up. Good. Deep breath here. Good. Bringing the hands back through center now. We're going to twist on over to the right. So bringing left elbow towards right knee. See if your left knee is pulling forward. Keep those knees in line, which is hard. Pull that left hip back. So we're going to transition here. We're going to step that left foot back to come into a twisted lunge. If that's difficult for you, you bring your hands right to the floor to help you step that foot back. And stay in your twisted lunge. You can also bring a hand down. Maybe grab a block. You can bring that left hand to the floor and open up to the right, or stay with the elbow and hands at heart center. Good. Deep breath here. Pushing through that back heel. Good. Inhale. Back up through lunge. So lift up. High lunge right here. Good. Again, arms, shoulders down and away from the ears. How low can you bend in that right leg? Good. Exhale, warrior two. So we open up. That left foot turns open so that your toes are pointing towards the side of your mat. Bend into that front right leg. Deep breath. Good. Inhale, reverse your warrior, reaching up again, lengthening through that right side. Good. One more breath here. Reach up, fullest expression. Exhale, coming back down, straightening the legs. Let's turn the feet parallel, hands on hips. Good, nice deep breath here. Lengthen as you inhale. Exhale, fold forward. How straight you can keep your spine on that fold. Hands can come to the floor. Hands can come wherever you'd like. You can wrap your fingers or your peace fingers around your big toes to help pull you forward a little more. You can maybe drop one hip then the other, kind of stretching through one side then the other. Closing your eyes, bringing your attention inward. Feeling what sensations you feel in your body. I always think it feels nice when I'm upside down to really release through the neck. The neck carries our head around all day. Giving it a little break when you're upside down. Good, hands back on hips. Slowly lifting back up. Good, so we're gonna turn. You can step to the top of your mat or you can flow through a vinyasa. You pinwheel the arms, placing them on either side of the foot, plank through the chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Good, stepping those feet forward. We're gonna come right into our chair on the other side. So keep the hips low right when you step forward, lift the chest up. Chair pose, other side. Again, arms can extend. Sitting as low as you can. Think of squeezing that block between your thighs. Good, deep breath. You know your legs are screaming. Good, hands back at heart center, twisting on over to the left now. So again, pull that right hip back, get that right knee in line with the left. Sitting as low as you can, chest as lifted as possible. So here comes that variation to step back into twisted lunge. Feel free to drop your hands or make any adjustments you need to do that transition. Otherwise, you step that right foot back. Heel is lifted. So you're in a twisted high lunge. So stay here with hands at heart center. You can open up. This is a challenging pose. Be okay with that wobble. If you fall out, you come back in. You make an adjustment that you need to. Good, we're gonna lift up into high lunge now. Deep breath. So you're pushing through that back heel. Arms are lifted up. Core is turned on. Shoulders are down and away from your ears. So feel that sense of grounding through your legs and the extension through your arms. Deep breath here. Exhale, warrior two. Open up. Foot turns more towards the side of your mat. Bend in deep through the left leg. Reconnect with your breath. Lower down just a little bit more in the legs. Spread wide, like you have wings for arms. Good, inhale, reverse that warrior. Lift up, feel that stretch on the whole left side. Deep breath. Good, one more inhale. Exhale, back to parallel. Straighten that front leg, turn feet parallel. I'm gonna turn around so we're facing you. We're gonna fold forward again. So hands at hips, slowly lower down. Good, this time, right hand's gonna come to the center. And we're going to twist on open to the left. So notice that your left hip's going to want to drop to add to the twist in your spine. You can allow it. Or you can think of holding the hip straight to twist a little bit deeper through the torso. Good, deep breath. One more inhale. Good, I lied. One more inhale. Exhale down, switching sides. Left hand to center, reaching on up with the right. Again, that left hip's dropping, and that's okay. If you want more of a challenge, you square those hips off and think of twisting from the spine. Good, deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. Exhale, calm down. Maybe just dropping down for a moment. Again, releasing through the neck. Hands back on hips. So feel free to bend your knees if you need to. Otherwise, come back up through standing. Good. So feel free to, again, cycle through a vinyasa, or you just step to the top of your mat. Good. Deep breath, reconnecting with your breath. We'll all meet in mountain pose. Tadasana. Good, standing balance. I want you to ground through that left foot. With the growing roots down through that left foot. We're gonna lift the right knee up and grab it with that left hand. So if that's too much, then just lift that right leg up. Otherwise, grabbing it with the left hand, grabbing the knee. We're going to twist on open here. So if you feel like you could even go further, you reach for your foot. But if that causes you to round forward, then just stay with the knee. So again, grabbing whatever part you'd like. And we're going to twist open to that right side. Maybe you can gaze behind you, extending that right arm behind you. Think of keeping hips level. My right hip was just lifted way up higher than my left. So keep those hips level. Twisting on over to the right. So again, if you have your foot, you can work on extending that leg out as you twist. But wherever you are, nice level hips, feet, cores engaged. Reach up through the crown of your head. Inhale. Exhale, slow, controlled back to center. Bring the leg down. Good. And remember, walls are always good helpers. Other side. Grounding through that right side now. Feel that your hips are level right before that leg lifts, keeping the hips level. Grabbing for the knee. Grabbing for the foot, wherever you'd like. Keeping hips level, core pulled in, chest nice and lifted. Then we bring the twist in. Extending that left arm behind you maybe. Deep breath here. I'm finding it much harder to balance on a carpet. And I can actually practice on a harder surface. I'm going to have these balance postures down. Good, deep breath. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. Deep breath here. Exhale back through center. Good, lowering down. Good, that's probably already at the top of your mat. So let's flow through a vinyasa. Inhale, exhale. Folding forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, planting your hands, stepping your feet back. So strong plank here. We're going to hold a plank just for a few breaths. Really push the mat away. Deep breath. Engage your core. Think of lengthening through the top of your head, maybe pushing the back of your neck up towards the ceiling. Really lengthen through the back of your neck. Good. Deep breath here. So a little bit of a challenge. We're gonna lower down through chaturanga and then push back up through plank. Feel free to drop your knees at any time. Lower down and push back up. Good. 2 more. Lower down, push back up. Last one. Lower down, push back up. Good. If your knees are down, you can keep them there. We're going to come into side plank. So we did this modified version in the beginning. You can drop that right knee down if you'd like. We're going to lift on open to the left. Extending the left arm up. Again, that right knee can be down and that right foot can be behind you, or legs can be long. Stacking that left foot on top. Good, deep breath. One more inhale. Now slowly transition back through plank, trying not to fall. If you do fall, that's okay. Just get back in it. Good, other side. So dropping that left knee down if you choose, opening on open to the right. Think of pushing your hips up towards the ceiling. Try not to let the hips drop down, pushing up, reaching up, extending through the arm. You can keep your gaze towards the floor, look up at your lifted arm. Good, deep breath. Inhale, exhale. Good, slow transition down, dropping hand, coming back through plank. Let's drop the knees down, sit back into child's pose. Really reconnecting with your breath here. Enjoying a few moments of stillness. Noticing that your breath, you're still moving. Keep it in the stationary position because your breath, your lungs are moving. Feel your heart pumping. Noticing thoughts creeping in. Coming back to your intention, back to your breath. Good, let's come back up. We're gonna sit down, swinging the legs out in front of us. Good, legs extended long. Engaging those legs, pulling those kneecaps up, maybe lifting the heels up slightly, maybe not. And tilting that pelvis forward. Hands are on either side of your sit bones. Sitting up nice and tall. Think of like one of those puppets, right? There's a string that's lifting the crown of your head up. How tall can you be? Good, now just tuck the chin just slightly. Again, feeling that extension in the back of the neck. Deep breath. And one more. Good, inhale, arms lift up. Exhale, fold over those straight legs. So keeping this maybe more of an active forward fold. Pulling the tops of the feet back towards your face. Keeping those legs engaged, bellies pulled in. Belly buttons pulled in towards your spine. Think of using your core to pull you forward. Deep breath. Notice how with each breath, maybe you're coming down just a micro movement further. Inhale, extend, exhale, fold. Good, inhale, coming back up. Let's bend the knees, bring the soles of the feet together. Bound angle. So bringing the feet in as close as you can, or feel free to keep them out a little further. You're going to get a different stretch if the feet are further away from you. Good, sitting up nice and tall, you can kind of open the feet up like a book, kind of encouraging those knees to come down. So sitting up nice and tall, just like when we were doing in that Dandasana, that first seated posture before we forward fold. So that spine's nice and straight. Again, maybe tucking the chin just slightly. And then folding forward if you would like, or just staying upright. Use those elbows to help push the knees down. A deep breath here. Noticing the difference between the bent legs and the straight legs. Does it feel better in your hips? Worse in your hips? So we can get out of our minds when we're practicing our asana, our poses, our yoga postures. We get out of our minds by getting into our bodies. Noticing, becoming curious. Curious at the sensations you feel. Inhale, lifting back up. Good. Let's extend that left leg. Lift up that bent right knee. We're going to grab that the right leg with the left arm. Inhale, reach up with the right. Inhale, inhale, exhale, twisting on over to the right side. Arichiasana twist. So you can just hug that right leg, or feel free if you could go a little deeper, bringing the elbow on the outside and twisting over. Good. Now we inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. So really focusing on your breath here. It's harder to breathe and twist. So really working to bring a nice, long, slow, full breath. Good. Really push into that right hand to keep that spine straight. But if you can easily get your elbow past your leg, that's when you work on bending, bringing that hand down and bending at the elbow to bring the hand in front. Just showing you where you go from there. Okay, slowly untwist, coming back through center and switching sides. So hugging that left leg in, left arm reaches up, back behind you, hugging in deep, or right arm on the outside. So again, just like when we were wide-legged forward folding and we were twisting, right? My left hip pulls back. And that's okay, you know, it's all in how you're approaching the pose. If you want to go a little deeper, you think of bringing that left hip more in line with the right and twisting from the spine. Again, just noticing, right? Letting that left hip pull back, or maybe pushing against that pull. Good deep breath. Good, slowly untwisting. Let's bring the legs nice and long and open. Wide-legged forward fold here, but we're gonna do a little bit of a hip strengthener. So legs are nice and long, really engaging through the legs. So pulling those kneecaps up, lifting the heel up. So work, this is really hard, but let's just go with it. We're strengthening our hips. You think it would be easy to just lift one foot off the floor and put it back down, but it's not. So to give it a try. Lift that right leg and then the left. So right away my body pulls back. So again, try to fight again, not fight against, but resist the urge to fall backwards. Lift that right leg and then the left. It's like impossible to not go back, but give it a try. Feel that in your hips? I sure do. Good. One more time each side. Lift, lift. One more. Lift, lift. Good. Now let's bring the hands in front and slowly walk them forward. Coming to however low you would like. You have a block, you can put a block in front of you, maybe a pillow or a blanket. Just think of tipping your pelvis forward. So there's always multiple approaches to each pose. I typically teach them more of a more active approach. If you just don't feel that in your body today, then you take whatever approach you'd like. For instance, I have the tops of my feet still pulling back, my legs still engaged. If you just need a break, you just release those legs. And deep breath wherever you are. And one more long, slow breath. Slowly coming up. Slowly bringing the legs together. Good. Lifting the legs up into our boat posture, grabbing behind the thighs. Arms can stay, or hands can stay on backs of thighs, or you can reach the arms up. Good. So a little bit of core work here. We're going to lower down and lift back up. Good. Lower, sink your boat and lift back up. Good. A couple more. Lower down. How low can you go? And lift back up. Lower down. Lift back up. And let's lower all the way down. Nice and slow and controlled. Good. Taking any movement that you'd like, maybe hugging your knees in. Maybe taking a happy baby, dropping the knees open. Good. So just a little bit more core work. And we're going to stretch out the front of the body from all those forward folds. So yogic bicycles, keeping the knees bent, just like it sounds. We're going to like ride a bicycle. So hands behind the head, legs are bent at a 90-degree angle. We're going to extend the left leg and reach with that left hand towards that right shin and back. Good. So twisting, I'm sorry, it's the opposite hand from the leg and back in. Good. Left leg extends, left arm reaches for right leg. Right leg extends, right hand reaches for left. Good. Crossing the body. Again, slow and controlled. Not how many reps you can do, but how slow and mindful you can move, really getting into that core. Think of pushing your spine into that mat. Your belly button's really digging into the mat. Good, just a few more. And one more each side. Maybe pausing on that one side. Hold it up, lift up a little higher. Good, switch, last one, last side, lift up. Hold, and then release. Again, taking any movement you'd like. We'll make our way into a bridge posture. So feet are flat, knees are bent. So we're going to open up the front of the body. We're folding forward. This is the counter pose, all those forward folds. So work those abs, so we're going to stretch them out. So hands are on either side of you. Palms are down on the mat. We're going to push into the feet to lift the hips up. Good, bridge posture. So staying here, or you can clasp hands underneath you, wiggling those shoulder blades together, lifting hips up a little higher. Good, deep breath. We're going to do a couple of these. So I'll offer you a couple different variations. Feel free to repeat whatever we just did or modify however you'd like. Good, hips lift a little higher. Keeping chin up a little bit so you got some space in the back of your neck. Feel those glutes engaged. Good, and we'll lower down, releasing the hands if they're clasped. Nice and slow, one vertebrae at a time, all the way down. Or maybe windshield wiper the knees. Good, we'll come up again. If you have a block handy, one variation or a few books, a dog, anything, you can put it between your thighs. Either way, long way, short way. So really engage, squeeze the block, book, whatever it is. Even if you don't have anything to put there, that's fine. Think of energetically squeezing those thighs together without actually bringing them together. You want to keep a hips distance between your legs. Good. Inhale, lift back up. Lift those hips as high as you can. Again, hands can come clasp underneath you, shoulder blades can wiggle together, or arms can just stay alongside. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Be a little tighter, lifting those glutes up a little higher. Deep breath. Noticing if you're losing that connection with your breath. Good, lifting a little bit higher. And then we'll lower down. Good. One final bridge posture. Again, if you have a block, you can take a more restorative approach by just lifting up your hips and placing the block underneath your hips. So again, different ways to approach your pose. This is more of a passive restorative type. Noticing that there's three levels on a block, if that's what you have. However, if you want a third active bridge posture, then lift your hips up. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Bring that left foot more towards center and lift that right leg up. Good, deep breath. Maybe close your eyes. Bring your attention inward. Engage that right lifted leg. Lift that that left hip higher. Good, switch sides. Right leg lowers down. Bringing right foot more towards center. Lift the left leg. Good, keep it nice and strong. Lift it straight up. Lift that right hip. Good, deep breath. Bend the knee, lower down. Nice and slow and controlled. Again, one vertebrae at a time. All the way down. Feel free to hug the knees. Taking any movement that you would like. Maybe happy baby, double happy baby. Grabbing the bottom of the feet, allowing those knees to drop in towards the armpits. Good, now let's place the left foot flat on the mat. We'll bring that right foot up onto the left thigh, pushing that right knee away. So this could be enough for you. Otherwise, a deeper stretch, you lift that left foot up and hug the whole thing in. You can thread your arm through the space that your legs are making. Deep breath, inhale, exhale. So each inhale, think of pulling the legs just a little bit closer. Good. Left foot comes down. We'll switch sides. Right. Left foot on top of right thigh and hug it on in. You can encourage that right knee to kind of push away, get a little bit added stretch. Deep breath. Good, release. So we're gonna finish with a twist. So feel free to take any variation that you'd like. A deeper twist, since we've done a lot of oblique work today. We're gonna cross that right leg over the left, hug them in, and then drop them on over to the left side. That's pretty intense. If that's a little too much for you, just untwist and stack that right leg on top of the left. So notice the difference here. Notice the difference from when we began class at that gentle twist to how much more open you feel in your body. So now maybe you can look on over to the right side, extending that right arm. Deep breath. Good. So we're starting to really wind down here. So really drawing your attention inward, looking to quiet the mind and deepen the breath. Good, other side. Slowly coming back up. This time left leg can cross on top of right if you choose. And dropping the legs on over to the right side. Noticing the difference between your sides too, your left and right. Amazing how different sides can be. I felt when we were twisting to the left, felt it much more. Right side twist is much easier in my body. I don't know why. And one more long, slow breath. Release. Back up through center. Taking any final movement that you would like. Maybe lifting your legs up straight towards the ceiling, getting a little bit of an inversion. Putting your hands underneath your hips. Give a little height. Reversing the flow of blood. Upside down, giving a new perspective. Good, so we'll lower legs down if they're up. You can bend your knees or you can challenge yourself and slowly lower down with straight legs. Good. Once you're there, make your way into your Shavasana. Any final movement that you'd like. Getting blanket, getting some socks on, getting an extra pillow. It's one benefit of practice at home. You got lots of stuff. Once you make your way into your Shavasana, allow your feet to just flop open. Allow your hands to be in a comfortable resting place. Maybe they're face up or face down. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And sigh it out through an open mouth. Good. One more inhale. And sigh it out. Allow your body to sink as deep as it can into the support of the floor. Allow your breathing to be soft and gentle. No more control. Your body just breathe naturally. Noticing the feel of the air in your face. Your clothes on your skin. Allow your jaw to be soft. That space between your eyebrows to release and relax. Every muscle in your face is soft. Last time we met, we talked about joy. Joy is not the absence of suffering, nor the opposite of sadness. Joy is simply the natural outcome of knowing and feeling a connection that your soul longs for. It isn't an object or an achievement. It's more like a gentle breeze that simply comes on its own when it's allowed to do so. But if joy is really natural, why doesn't it come to us more often, more easily? Usually joy is not present because we haven't allowed it to be. We block it chemically with unbalanced biochemicals in our brain, poor nutrition that depletes our body, or sleep patterns that disrupt our relationship to nature and our own cycles. We block it with our thoughts when we strive to control the uncontrollable, to grasp after happiness, to push away love and connection, to blind ourselves from internal and external reality. We block it with our hearts too, when we close down with fear or resentment or confusion. You cannot receive an object when your hand is clenched. You cannot receive food if your jaw is clenched. You cannot receive joy when your mind is clenched. And you cannot receive love if your heart is clenched. Deepening your breath. Bringing your attention back into the space. Wiggling some fingers and toes. Inviting some movement back in. Whenever you're ready, rolling over onto your right side. Pausing there just for a moment. Maybe bringing your forehead in connection with your mat, with the ground, the floor. Just pausing there, feeling that connection with your forehead. And pushing up to a seated position. Hands together, heart center. Just having a moment of gratitude. Having a moment to maybe have an intention not to flinch, right? Clench your jaw, clench your heart. May we be healthy in body, mind, and spirit. Namaste.